The room is quiet in a way only age can bring. Sunlight spills across old photographs, their edges curled with time. At 91, Sophia Loren sits with her hands folded, eyes distant but sharp, as if the past has never really left her. For decades, one name hovered like a beautiful, unanswered question: Cary Grant. And now, after all this time, she finally speaks, not with gossip, not with spectacle, but with the truth that has waited patiently for the world to slow down enough to hear it. In the 1950s, Hollywood was a dream factory, and Sophia Loren was its miracle. A young woman from post-war Italy, carrying hunger, ambition, and a beauty that felt almost dangerous. When she arrived on set in America, everything was new: the language, the rules, the power. And then there was Cary Grant, older, effortlessly charming, already a legend. To the public, they were a perfect pairing. On screen, sparks flew. Off screen, something deeper stirred, something that couldn't be scripted or safely controlled. Imagine the set between takes. Crew members adjusting lights, cigarette smoke curling in the air. Cary leaning in, voice low, teasing, kind. Sophia laughing, but guarded. She was married then, young and fiercely loyal, even as her heart struggled to understand what it felt. Cary wasn't just a cook. He listened. He noticed when she was overwhelmed. He treated her, not as a starlet, but as someone who mattered. And that attention came with a weight she wasn't prepared for. Rumors followed them everywhere. Whispers in studios. Headlines hinting at romance. Fans wanted a fairy tale. Hollywood wanted a scandal. But behind closed doors, the truth was quieter and far more complicated. Cary fell deeply in love. Not a passing crush, not a publicity stunt. He asked her to leave everything behind, to start a life with him. And for a moment, just a moment, Sophia considered it. At 91. She pauses when she remembers that choice, because that's where the story breaks your heart. She loved him, yes, but love, she says now, is not always enough. She was a woman raised on survival, on promises that meant something. Walking away from her marriage felt like erasing herself. Cary offered freedom, but it came with a price she wasn't ready to pay. And Cary, for all his charm, carried his own shadows, insecurities, loneliness, a hunger for love that fame could never satisfy. There was a night, she recalls, when the truth finally surfaced. No cameras, no scripts, just honesty. Cary confessed how deeply he felt, how serious he was. Sophia listened, tears held back by discipline learned too early in life. She said no, not because she didn't care, but because she cared too much to betray who she was. That moment ended something that never officially began, and yet it marked them both forever. After that, their films together took on a different energy. If you watch closely, you can see it. The glances held a second too long, the smiles edged with sadness. Audiences called it chemistry. Sophia now calls it restraint. Cary never stopped caring. Friends noticed the change in him, a quiet disappointment he rarely spoke about. And Sophia carried guilt, not dramatic, but persistent. The kind that revisits you in silence, years later, asking if bravery and regret sometimes wear the same face. For decades, she said nothing. Why speak, when the world prefers legends? Cary Grant died with that chapter unresolved, and Sophia protected it out of respect. But time has a way of softening fear. At 91, she no longer feels the need to preserve illusions. She doesn't frame herself as a victim or a heroine, just a woman who made a choice and lived with its echoes. What she reveals now isn't scandalous. It's human. She speaks of Cary not as a heartthrob, but as a man who wanted to be chosen. A man whose greatest role may have been the one no one applauded. And she admits something else. Quietly, some loves are not meant to be lived out loud. Some are meant to shape you, then stay behind. As the afternoon light fades, Sophia's voice steady. She doesn't say she regrets her decision, but she doesn't say she's at peace with it either. Life, she reminds us, is not a series of perfect endings. It's unfinished conversations, paths not taken, feelings we carry into old age like fragile souvenirs. So when we ask why she waited until now, maybe the answer is simple. Some truths need time to become gentle. And as she finally lets Cary Grant's name rest in the open air, one question remains, lingering long after the words end. If you had the courage to choose duty over desire, would you still wonder, all these years later, who you might have been if you'd chosen love instead?